Hi everyone, hope you're well. Time for another chapter of The London Eye Mystery. Chapter 25, The TV Crew. I went downstairs. I'd worked out what Cat had worked out, and I was glad. But now I needed to think some more. What was the next thing to do? The police were in the kitchen. The door was open. I did some more eavesdropping and heard Detective Inspector Pierce saying it could have been anyone phoning Gloria, not necessarily Salim, anyone who had found or borrowed his phone. Then another police officer. Sometimes mobile phones ring a number of their own accord when the keypad's not locked. It wasn't very interesting, and while the grown-ups' attention was diverted, I decided it was a good time to take action. I crept into the living room and picked up the phone. One thing I knew about, because Mum was showing me, is getting an unknown number through directory inquiries. The 6 numbers to dial are in my head. I dialed them and a man answered. Frontline security, I said. London. He put me through to an automatic voice, which gave me an 11-digit number. I memorised it. I hung up and dialed the number. There was music playing and then a recorded message. Welcome to Frontline Security, the #1 London security company. We supply stewards, ticket collectors, body searchers and guards with 2-way radios. Whether you're hosting a celebrity party, a fireworks show, a popular concert or an exhibition, we can meet all your requirements. Frontline Security, your complete security solution. Please hold while we put you through to an operator. The music started again. My free hand flapped. I was still waiting for the operator when Rashid came in. I wondered if I should put the phone down, but he smiled at me and said nothing. He fetched his jacket from the back of the armchair and left the room. I was still on hold. The recorded announcement went round another time, and then another. Halfway through the 4th time, there was a click and a real woman's voice saying, "Hello, Frontline Security, can I help you?" "Hrum," I said. "Hello," the woman said again. I didn't know what to say. "Hello?" My mind spun like the vortex of a tropical cyclone. "Hello? Is anyone there? Frontline Security?" I hung up. Just as I did so, I heard a big van draw up outside. Doors slammed, voices shouted. The doorbell rang. I looked out the window. A television crew had arrived. Aunt Gloria and Rashid had decided to go public. Within minutes, the house was full of men in jeans and trainers, carrying cables, cameras, light stands, microphones. The living room was very busy indeed. Sometimes when Dad asked Mum how work was, she says the ward was like Piccadilly Circus. I imagine flashing lights and people bumping into each other and drug trolleys zooming around like fast cars. That's how it was in our living room. Nobody's noticed me standing by the telephone. D.I. Pierce talked on her mobile. Aunt Gloria searched her makeup bag. Mum helped a cameraman plug in a camera light into the socket behind the sofa. She looked up and saw me. "Ted, there you are. Where's Cat?" My mouth opened, but no words came out. Instead, the cameraman said, Pass the plug over, love," and Mum was distracted. Seconds later, a man with a thin, frowning face said, "Let's roll." But instead of rolling, another man said, "Lights, camera, action, take 1." Aunt Gloria sat on the sofa. Rashid sat next to her. She put on some bright orange lipstick, and this made her face look whiter than usual, and the skin between her eyelashes and eyebrows looked bruised. "This is a message," she began. She swallowed, took Rashid's hand. "A message. If you're holding Salim, if you know where my boy is, if you think you might have seen him, please come forward. We'll do anything to have him back. He's our boy. Just a call to let us know he's safe. To let us know he's alive." Her face crumpled. "The worry is crippling us. Please, call the police. Thank you." "Cut," the thin man said to the cameraman. "That was great, missus," he said to Aunt Gloria. "Do you want me to do it again?" Aunt Gloria said. "Do you want another take?" "No need, love." "Are you sure?" "Fine first time. You're a natural." And within minutes, the camera crew had packed up and left. Mum and Rashid saw them out to their van, and the police left at the same time. This meant I was on my own with Aunt Gloria. She sat on the sofa staring into space. "Oh, Ted," she said after a minute of silence. She was looking straight at me, and I couldn't understand what her expression meant. I thought she was going to say something cross, but instead she shook her head and her eyes watered. "Did I do all right?" she whispered. "Yes, Aunt Gloria," I said. "Do you think someone out there might hear, might help?" "It's a possibility," I said. "What do you think, Ted? Do you think Salim is all right?" "Hrum," I said. "What does that mean?" she said. Her face took on its mini Ice Age look. "I was just thinking, Aunt Gloria." The mini Ice Age thawed. She sighed. Her hand went out and landed on my head. She ruffled my hair the way Mum does. I squirmed. Aunt Gloria didn't notice. You know, Ted, I'm sick to my stomach. I stared at her stomach in confusion. At least you're honest, she said. Everyone keeps telling me he's okay. They're sure he's fine. It will all work out. He'll be back any minute. But minutes after minute goes by. And he isn't back. They don't mean what they say. The truth is, we just don't know. Aunt Gloria, I said, Salim has to be somewhere. It's a mystery. I'm working on it in my brain. Your brain, Aunt Gloria repeated. She smiled at me, but it reminded the way Mum smiled at me the time I asked her about miracle cures and whether I could get one for my syndrome if I prayed hard enough. Like Mum's then, Aunt Gloria's lips turned up, but at the same time a tear came down her cheek. She took my hand and rubbed my knuckles, which was a strange thing to do, and started my other hand flapping. Sometimes I think there's more in that brain of yours, Ted, than in the rest of ours put together. If brains alone could bring Salim back, yours would do it. Then Aunt Gloria got up from the sofa and went upstairs to Kat's room, which is where she was sleeping. I didn't want to run into Mum in case she asked me about Kat again, and I would have to tell the Tiffany lie. So I went to where I always go when I want to do my two favourite things. Think and watch the weather. The back garden. The shirts were still flapping on the line. They'd been up for 3 days. Mum had forgotten about them. I touched them. They were damp from the light rain we'd had that morning. I paced the lawn to check it hadn't grown or shrunk. 12.5 strides wide and 7 across, the same as last week. Then I realised that when I grew taller and my legs longer, the number of strides would decrease. It was another example of how things can change depending on how you look at them. I was back with the water going down the plug hole in different directions, depending on which hemisphere you were in. The London Eye revolving in different directions, depending on which side of the river you were on. Worms being male and female, satellites moving and staying still. Something flickered in my brain. It was a pattern. Two things that looked alike, something that looked like one thing but was really another thing. I pinched my right forearm to make the pattern stay, but it didn't. It vanished before I could fix it, before I could find out what it was. I looked up at the sky. Thin straws of cloud, white and harmless, floated in the southeast. But to the northwest, in the heart of the city, a cumulus cloud was in formation. I stared as vapour collected and imagined how the particles of water were swirling around a central funnel, making it into a threatening shaft. It might or might not bring rain. It was moving this way over the skyline. Its heavy bulbous shape billowed out as the rising air currents added to its mass. I thought of Kat out there, somewhere in the city, under the growing cumulus cloud, on the trail of the strange man who sold us the ticket, and I knew what I had to do. I got to the phone in Mum and Dad's bedroom with nobody noticing. I dialed frontline security again. Frontline security, came the same female voice after the music and the recorded announcement. Hello, I said. Hello, she said. Can I help you? Brum, I said. Sorry, she said. Didn't catch that. I said. You're just a kid, aren't you? I'm 12 years old, I said. Well, she said, I'm just a temp. There was silence. I thought hard. Have you got the right number? She asked. Yes. So who are you looking for? A man, I said. A man? A man with a stubbly chin. Okay, and there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Next one will be coming soon. Bye.